Hi, this is Aamir Khan and you're watching BollywoodHangama.com.
बहका मैं बहका वो बहकी हवा सी आई एक ही नजर में सब मंजिल मंजिल पाए.
परफेक्शन को इम्प्रूव करना मुश्किल है. फेमस लाइन फ्रॉम दिल चाहता है. But when you have a dream-like record of super hits and blockbusters and a clean, conscientious public image, one is bound to say, perfection को improve करना possible है. Aamir Khan, great pleasure having you on BollywoodHangama.com.
Thank you.
First of all, heartiest greetings on your birthday.
Thank you so much, and I'd like to thank all my fans who have been sending so many wishes to me on my birthday. I'm really grateful and thankful and really touched. Thank you so much.
What has been your finest memory of any of your birthdays?
Oh, I don't really remember my birthdays so much. And quite honestly, I'm not one to really celebrate my birthdays and all that. I get a bit shy about that.
Any memory that
I take a lot of effort to celebrate other people's birthdays, especially people who I know are, who it means a lot to. Sure. But birthday celebrations don't really mean much to me, so I'm not into it.
At BollywoodHangama.com since midnight yesterday, the statue of Aamir Khan from Ghajini is been up for sale. And what is your input in this statue and what do you think of this man?
Well, when they came up to me and said we want to come up with the statue, I was wondering what they had in mind. I mean, what quality of statue are we talking about? And they were saying that this is something we want to do which is really world class, and it's not really it's not a kid's toy kind of a thing. It's more a statue collectible which cinema lovers like to keep of their characters which they've seen and liked. And so I said, look, as long as it's accurate and it's of high quality, I'm happy to go with it. I remember also interacting with your team, with Carlton from your team for making this, because Carlton is somebody who has a lot of collectibles. So he showed me his various collectibles of Terminator and various films, of Schwarzenegger and all that. So I think they've come up with something which is fairly high quality and it's very accurate. So yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
What would you like to say to your fans on BollywoodHangama.com all over the world?
I mean, like in terms of this?
Yeah. This concept maybe.
Well, I think this is the first that has happened for Indian cinema. I think, I mean, you have had toys which are, for kids or pretty low end or low quality kind of dolls and toys for different films. But I think this is the first time there is something which is high quality, has a certain amount of weight, feels very real, and is very detailed. Even the creases on the jeans and all you can see, and so it's something which is high quality. I think that if it's something that's worth, if you like the film, if you like the character, it's something that's worth having. Yeah.
Mr. Neeraj Roy, the managing director and CEO of Hangama, according to him, this is the first time in digital space that anything of this sort has happened with Indian films.
Yeah, sure. I think for Indian cinema, this is the first, and certainly, I mean, I as an audience of Indian cinema myself, I wish I could, get a collectible like this of, I don't know, maybe Ganga Jamna or some of the films that I've seen, which I've really liked.
The price of the statue is almost 1,500 rupees. It's 1,499. Yeah. And you have only a limited edition of around 2,000 statues. Okay. Why these very limited number of editions? And do you think the price is a bit high?
No, I don't know about all these things. I'm quite at sea about all these things. But, I mean, when I look at this thing, I think, I mean, I would have gone for it for that much, but I don't know. It's really up to people what they think.
You are called a marketing genius, the way you marketed Ghajini or any of the other.
Well, yeah, but I've never really entered the zone of merchandising and collectibles. But it's a great concept. I think what Hangama is doing is great, and you should take it forward with each film. For example, if there are only 2,000 pieces of this, 20 years later, you'll understand the value of this. Like today, if I wanted a statue of, let's say, Mughal-e-Azam, there are only 2,000 of it in the world. So, I would really need to look for it and find it and hopefully try and buy it off somebody who already owns it. So the value of these things it's difficult to place them in rupee value, It's what it means to you. It's what it means to you.
As far as merchandising is concerned, do you think it's a big thing in West or in Hollywood, but in India, in Bollywood per se, it's not a very big thing still? Why do you think this mindset is there?
Well, I think we haven't really explored the avenues properly. And I think that it's a growing field, it's a growing market. I think you have a lot of people who are great designers in that as well, who come up with really amazing merchandising stuff. And then also for fans, like, if I was to see a film and really like the film, I mean, I've seen, when I saw Phantom of the Opera, which was a musical, I came out and I wanted something to take home with me, which was of what I had just seen. I think for an audience or for a fan of something that you've seen and liked, it's nice for you to take home something of that, you know. So I think we should work towards creating stuff which people can find exciting, or they, you know, they want to own a piece which is personal to themselves of that thing.
George Lucas, he sold the rights of sequel rights and merchandising rights of Star Wars for $9 billion. $9 billion.
$9 billion. Okay.
Yeah. Now, do you think that in India, we can have something of this sort coming in a more serious manner, and the stars, they can actually want to be part of the Monis as well?
I really have no idea about commercial things. I'm the wrong person to ask. But, I mean, we have a huge population. Indians love watching movies. Sure. So, is there a healthy market for this? I would imagine so. It has to be developed well. It has to be developed properly. I think there's a lot of scope for it. I think for, not only from the business point of view, but also from the fans' point of view. I think, you know, when I watch films abroad and there's so much around it that I can own, or even when you go to a theme park, you know, you take a Back to the Future ride. I'd love to take a Sholay ride, but I can never, because it's not been developed. I think in Indian cinema we haven't really done that. So I think for not only for the business but also for the fans, I think it's something that we must create the opportunities for them to connect with our films. It's of course their choice whether they want to, which film they want to connect with. But we should, you know, work towards creating the options.
Let's talk about Ghajini once again. It's grossed around 270 crores, which is historic. It becomes even more significant considering that in the last 3 months, we've had a spate of flops and people are just really struggling to even recover their costs. How do you look back at Ghajini, and what do you think was special about the movie that worked in such a big way?
Well, it's always difficult to analyze why a film does well or badly. It's not very easy to analyze that. Often it's just a connect that people have with it, and you know, there's so many reasons why you like a film or dislike a film. So it's difficult to pinpoint any one thing, but certainly it was a film that connects emotionally. It's a very engaging film. It's a very engrossing film, very exciting, edge of the seat kind of stuff. Screenplay is very pacey and fast. It has a lovely romantic track. It's got a very beautiful love story. Action is coming back after a long time. Me doing action is also a first or a unique thing.
It literally seemed when you were just bashing up 15 guys that this man can actually do it. How did you build up that kind of physique? Satyajit, we've been speaking to. What kind of magic has he done with you?
Well, you know, the thing is that as an actor, my attempt is to try and mold my body and use it like a tool. As an actor, I should be able to play different parts, different characters, and become that person. So in Ghajini, I was supposed to look this really tough guy and someone who, you know, when he comes in front of you, he'll just smash through you. So that's the kind of look that is required for this character. So not only do I have a good physique, overall I also needed a certain amount of bulk to give that raw power, the feel of raw power, you know. So I work towards that, and you know, now I'm doing 3 Idiots, which requires me to have completely no physical power. But so I have to go the opposite way.